Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently, I believe, on our way back from Cologne? Yes, we are just on our way back from Cologne. Fantastic. We should definitely cast down this heterodoxy. We have enough piety to declare on France when we choose to. The real question is how long on rightful ownership? 18 months is the answer. Okay. I also want to attack a lot of these smaller states down this direction before they get eaten up by somebody else down here. That would be ideal. What do we have for the Empire title? Okay, we need a lot for that Empire title. So that's definitely something that we want to do. We don't have time to wager 900 gold. So that's absolutely okay. We're going to invest the gold that we do have. We became friends with our cousin, the King of Tehert. Excellent. And we're going to upgrade these corrals. What else do we have going on here? Yeah, we could apply some of this back home. 100% chance on the County of Toledo getting an improvement. Phenomenal. Boy, we're getting a lot of travel events. Okay. I don't think it really matters. There we go. Cool. So out here in Molina, let's upgrade our hill farms. We can also continue to get upgrades here, and that's very important for buffing up our heavy infantry. So we'll get to work on that. We can still actually get another one going, and so we shall. Beautiful. We'll be arriving back home shortly, and then we're definitely going to go to war for a bit here. No doubt about that. We just finished vast cropped fields down over here, so we definitely want to get hunting grounds going. That'll do. And we have arrived home. It is indeed good to be home. So, we now have 7,765 piety, and we're going to use that to struggle clash France, obviously. What else would we use it for? Well, eventually the HRE, but we're going for France first. So, this is going to be about 6,000. Looks good. We're going to immediately declare that war, and I think we'll attack on this side over here. Kind of awkward, the castle situation over here, but it's fine. Okay, so we're raising up how many forces here? 28,000. Okay, this is not scary at all. We're going to head on in, no problem. And we'll wait until we see the French army somewhere. Hey, there's the French army. Excellent. So now that we know where the French army is, we will split off our bombards and a few levy forces. Somewhere around 20k is probably sufficient to keep them from getting stack wiped. That's the idea anyway. And we are going to have this guy be in charge of that force while we backtrack and look to defeat the French army in battle. Phenomenal. And actually, this would be an amazing catch here. They're spread out in a really bad way. I mean, yeah, they finished that siege, but this is not going to go well for them at all. We're going to stack wipe this force before they even arrive. And now they're attacking us. And half of their force was already gone before the other half arrived. This is going very poorly for them. I don't think that this is a stack wipe. Indeed not. But that was still a decisive victory. So we're going to work on sieging this back, and that's going quite quickly. No issues there. We'll continue to take over the war goal. Excellent. And we're going to meander our way on up over here. I want to go kind of around here. They're definitely running at our siege force. So our siege force is going to head on down over this way, just to be a bit out of the way, while our main military force makes their way on up. So they're going to siege this back. That's fine. They can definitely do that. They retreated quite quickly. I mean, the French realm is getting quite small, so it's not shocking. But we'll make our way on over. They're actually sieging this back very, very swiftly. Get on up here. Okay. What do they have for siege weapons? They are sieging those back very quickly. Now, to be clear, the garrisons hadn't fully regenerated. Okay, they've got a decent number of bombards there. That'll do it. They've got 210 bombards compared to our 240. So, yeah, that'll definitely do it. We might end up stack wiping this. Potentially. I think it's maybe a little unlikely. Yeah. But I do want to make our way up here and see if we can catch this force. That would be ideal. In the meantime, we're taking this territory back, and this will end the war. Okay, they have retreated back over this way. We're very, very close here, so we're fine with this situation, honestly. This is completely okay. We're going to catch their force here. They just have very, very little area to retreat back to. We're very close to their capital as well, right? So that makes sense. We're going to hop on down over here and see about catching this little force. This would absolutely get stack wiped, and we would be delighted to stack wipe it. That's going to be a big chunk of their bombards, which will prevent them from taking this territory back, right? So that's absolutely great for us. This is definitely a little awkward. We're now fascinated by the plate armor innovation. Okay, so Royal Armory is coming through. Rightful ownership is now done. Do we want to be on plate armor, rather? Probably not. Primogeniture is an interesting option. And then standing armies and then plate armor. And sappers would be good too. So something along the lines of this. We're sieging this back very quickly. And the war is over. Phenomenal. So we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. Now, this is a lot over here that we don't want to necessarily hold. Duchy titles. Let's usurp this one. That would go over to this guy, who would then become the Duke of Anjou. Phenomenal. What else do we need? Berry. That is currently held. Okay. So we should be able to move vassals in there. It might be because this duchess is currently imprisoned. Let's just grant these vassals over for the time being. So grant vassal, and grant vassal. Excellent. What else do we need duchy-wise over here? Burgundy. We've already got that. He is imprisoned as well, but it looks like... Okay, this is not part of the de jure Duchy of Burgundy. Got it. So we would grant vassals here, here, and here. And then what are you part of down here? This duchy title is not created. Okay, gotcha. So we'll do that. That probably goes into... Does that go into Aquitaine? Yes, it does. Okay, so we'll grant that over, and we'll grant you the Duchy of Bourbon. You can figure out what you want to do with that. That's fine. We could probably consider moving the Duchy of Burgundy into Burgundy, even though that is de jure part of France. We can't yet usurp France. That's going to be one war away. So for now, this would do... What would a struggle clash cost? 42.84. That's definitely getting cheaper. And we can, of course, attack Brittany for all of these de jure lands. So that's definitely an option. We can also come down here and start cleaning up all of this. That's a lot. There's a lot down there. No doubt about that. We have a learning perk available. For now, let's take Zealous Proselytizer. That'll be fine. How are we doing on our conversion anyway? That's actually almost done. And we want to do more cultural promotion. So we'll get to work on that. Okay. So I do want to seize these Britannian lands de jure. That is a top priority. So we'll do that right now, and then we'll look at cleaning up those African borders a little bit. So we'll raise some men-at-arms here and our levy troops. How many do we even need? Okay, not a lot is the answer. The Duke of Normandy joined, so they've got like 20k, but whatever. We really don't care about that. So they're going to be attacking down this way, right? That's to be expected. No issue there at all, really. Okay, so we're going to siege our way up through here. That'll probably end up ending the war, I would think. We did just finish our conversion. What else do we need to work on? This. There we go. We can work on converting that. Perfect. Blasphemous beliefs, huh? Yep. Get out of here. Fantastic. We could definitely use additional piety, so that'll be great. I'm assuming their army is probably sieging our territory by now? Yes. Okay. So we're going to head on northward there. We'll split off our bombards, and I think a 20k stack will be good here. These guys are going to head on north. They're not going to get there in time to deal with that. We're going to take one tick of attrition. That's acceptable. I don't mind that. And we'll put this guy in charge of the siege. Perfect. So it's going to take us a fair amount of time to get up here, right? And that's okay. What are they going to do? Siege over here? I'm not sure what their plan is here. But okay. We're going to continue sieging through. Sieging here. Okay, that seems fine. Excellent. I do want to make sure that we are spending down our gold. We have 5,000 gold right now. So let's continue to get some of these upgrades going. Wonderful. What else do we need to upgrade within our personal realm at this point? Well, that's all of our money spent, actually. So for now, that's fine. No problem there. This is going to be in 13 days. Not too bad. So we're going to easily defend this territory. And they walked into us there. That's really bad for them, actually. I mean, I don't think that's a stack wipe, but it's really bad for them. So we're going to head up over here and siege that back. But the war's over, so we can enforce those demands and disband our troops. Beautiful. There's that exclave gone. So that's absolutely great. That's all the expansion we're going to do up here in the north. Down in Africa, there's a good amount that we can work on. Now, I want to be working on these duchy and... These are pretty much all duchy tier realms, right? There are a couple of county tier realms, but there's mostly duchy tier. So I want to start cleaning these up. And really that means starting, like, down over here and fighting these, like, probably... Is this... Hang on. I see. I see what we've got going on here. This is mildly awkward here. Okay, so these are going to be holy wars or struggle clashes. Struggle clashes are probably the way to go for some of these. So we would grab this so that we're spending prestige rather than piety. Because if we do holy wars, we'd be spending piety, which we would definitely prefer not to do right now. So we do a struggle clash here. We declare on this guy with a struggle clash. And we declare on this guy with a struggle clash. So this is going to be 4 counties here. We can go after these others a bit later on. So this guy, hypothetically, we don't have a CB on, so we would have to go after him afterwards. Basically, the line that we're looking to get to here is to have borders with Takrur, with Kabu, with Mali, with Kong, and then Hausaland. So basically, we're looking to take everything in here, in this little area, this border region. That would be the overall concept. So let's see how that ends up going. We're not expecting any significant resistance, to be sure. The real question is whether we have the resources to do this, right? But we should. So our men-at-arms will be arriving shortly. There they are. And this is sufficient troops. So we're going to head directly on in. And we can see there's a lot of war going on down over here. We just want to grab all of this before anybody else yoinks it from us, right? So this war is actually over. So we'll end that one. Perfect. Hello, pause menu. And we are going to need to grant something out. This. Gotcha. We'll grant that directly out. Phenomenal. And that's 50% war score, and this will be 100% war score. There we go. And we'll enforce those demands. Beautiful. And inward we go. 50% and 100% war score. Okay, so that is all great. Now, we did definitely want to grab this county as well, but we are truced. If we don't get this county, that's not the end of the world. Timbuktu is going to be an interesting one to go after. A struggle clash would end up meaning we don't get this territory out over here, which we are actually looking for. But we do end up getting 4 counties out of it. So that's reasonable. I think we're only going to declare the 1 for right now, because that will open up additional options for us against, say, these guys here. And potentially, with this crossing, get us this county as well. Yeah, that would be the way to go. So we go for Timbuktu solo, and then we declare another war for a good chunk of these. Like I said, we're just trying to clean up this border area as quickly as we can before anyone else moves in and takes these weakened border regions. So that'll be fine. We're going to raise our men-at-arms here, as well as a few levy troops. And this is no problem at all. So we're going to raise up, like, I don't know, 20k? Probably don't need more than that. So that'll be good. Our men-at-arms are arriving now, and inward we go. 1,000 troops. Okay. That is not very scary. A birthday party? We'll take the medium-sized gift. We got a lucky Basque coin. Okay. Speaking of which, we should probably repair our weapon here. So we have the blooded blade right now. Do we want the prize axe instead? Honestly, yes. And instead of the fine scriptures, we could absolutely go with this propaganda chronicle. I think that's reasonable. Do we not already... Oh, we might have already... Hang on. Equip it. There we go. Now, what do we want to equip in this slot? Let's sort by rarity quickly. Interesting. We'll put this on for the small health boost. That seems relatively okay. We do have some armor that we can equip. Only the one, so we'll equip just that, and that'll be fine. Beautiful. Okay, so what do we have for a steward? We do need a new one of these. Someone was in an independence faction? That seems ambitious. Okay, so we're just going to head on up over here now. We've got 46% war score against Timbuktu. And that'll be absolutely fine. So this should get us a full annexation against this duchy. Well, actually, no, they have territory out over here. We're not going to be getting that. So that's okay. Yeah, these guys have realized that they messed up. No doubt about that. They tried to redirect and completely failed. So that's going to stack wipe. And we captured him as well. So war is over. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Now, we should definitely create the Duchy of Timbuktu here, or rather usurp it. And that would then be granted to this guy. And then we have a county down over here that should be granted out as well. There we go. So now we are truced here. We are partially truced up here. Yes, this guy. Okay, so this guy we're not truced to. Noted. Cool. So I would very much like to attack this guy, and struggle clashes are kind of a little bit expensive for this, but it's what we've got, so we'll do something along the lines of this. As expected, we're going to take everything here and not this. So that opens us up a couple of opportunities here. Then we're probably going to struggle clash here and start pushing our way down. We're going to run into truce issues pretty soon, though. So that is understood, and honestly fully expected. We'll raise up some forces here. It's kind of a greedy raise, but it should be fine. Yeah, that looks absolutely okay. Excellent. So this should be sufficient troops at this point, for sure. Unfortunately, actually, our men-at-arms are mostly here, and they're here enough. I think it's just a knight that we'd be waiting on, a knight or two. So this is, of course, over. There we go. We'll enforce those demands, and we're going to head on up over this direction. They're sieging up here. Got it. I don't really care about that. They can do that all they want. So we're going to get these sieges done. 3 in this county. Okay. And then we'll go grab their capital. Over we go, and we can grab a learning perk here. Let's grab Religious Icon. Wonderful. So I don't think we're going to have to go up and deal with this force. I'm reasonably certain that we're not going to have to. For now, we're going to hop down here and then hit their capital and then just siege these 2 locations. And if we need to fight them, we will after that. I don't think we have any need to go out over here for sure. We'll see what we get out of their capital, though. This could theoretically end the war, and it did. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. We captured the war leader. That'll do it. So we enforce those demands and disband our troops. Then, of course, we're going to need to get the duchy title here. So we'll usurp that, and then we can give that over to this guy, who would then become the duke. Like that. Okay. So we've cleaned up a good amount of this border territory, but we still have more to go. And how far can we go? It looks like our best bet at this moment is to go after Upper Gurma. Do we holy war for the Duchy of Upper Gurma here? There's no crossing here. or along here at all until you get down over to Dendi. Okay. Noted. A struggle clash would get us this. Only 2 counties. However, that would open up Gondo for a struggle clash over here. So versus Yatenga, we would fully take them over if we had a border on Gondo. That would allow us to take over Karumba as well. And then we would be broadly truce limited at that point. So I think that's the idea here. We struggle clash here, then we struggle clash these 2, and then we're truce limited. Okay, that sounds fine. So we'll raise up our men-at-arms over here. Do we honestly need more than our men-at-arms? The answer is no. So we're going to just head in with our men-at-arms over here. This will be absolutely fine. While that's happening, let's hop up here and spend some gold. Cool. We can build over this way, and there's our gold spent. Those structures are getting pretty expensive. There's no doubt about that. So we're going to hop over to here. Kind of an awkward path to take, but whatever. Crossing is over here. We'll see how much war score we get from this siege. 50% from stack wiping these guys is what we can expect. We're at 55. I think our fastest route would, in fact, be to stack wipe this army. We have the war goal at any rate, and we'll get ticking, so that's fine. And this should guarantee us the war. So that'll be okay. Over we head. We should stack wipe them quite quickly with our quality. Of course, we can definitely get our heavy infantry a little bit higher quality. No doubt about that. War is over, as expected, and we will disband our troops. Phenomenal. And we're going to need to grab... We can't actually grab the Duchy of Upper Gurma, so we're going to need to just give this out to a county-level title, which is mildly awkward, but it'll do for now. So how are we doing on this empire title now? We have approximately doubled the number of counties that we have in this empire, but we need to double it again. So going after this guy, we are still truced. That is expected. We're truced here, truced here. We have no CB on this guy, right? We could Holy War it, but we probably shouldn't Holy War it. We would like to keep our piety around. So that means struggle clashing here. Hang on, we're not actually getting Yatenga? Oh, of course not. This county is Mali. For some reason, I was thinking this was held by us. So what we need to do here, then, is struggle clash Karumba first. Except we're truced here. Right. So in that case, our only real option is to struggle clash Yatenga, unless we wanted to go for the duchy. 144 piety to do that. I don't like spending the piety, but I'm going to do it. We're going to raise up our men-at-arms here. We're kind of greedy raising it. We'll see if they try to delay us. They have some reinforcements coming in from the north up here. But this doesn't seem bad. Yeah, this is completely fine. We're going to take their capital and see what happens. We could theoretically end the war from that. We did just discover Royal Armory. Okay, noted. We're going to come down over here and take Sino. What is being exposed next after Royal Armory? Ermine Cloaks. Okay, I don't really care about that. It's not ideal. But I guess it'll do. Okay, we're going to head out over this direction and look to catch these guys. Unfortunately, we're not going to. We'll just fight them up here. They did manage to group together. I was hoping to prevent that, but this should still end the war. Phenomenal. So we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. We're going to, of course, need the duchy title over here. So we'll just create that, and that will go over to this guy. Phenomenal. So now we should be truce limited to everything over here. So truce here, truce here, truce here, and this guy's our prisoner, but we're also truced to him. Okay. So all of that considered, I don't suppose he would become our vassal. He's landed, so we can't negotiate release on demand conversion, sadly. That would be a good way to do it. Gain a weak hook, demand conversion. That would be phenomenal. Unfortunately, we can't do that. We could gain a hook on him, but I don't think that would be useful in any meaningful way. So for now, that's fine. Do we just go on a pilgrimage here? Potentially. This character has not been to Jerusalem yet. So we head on down to Jerusalem. Of course, we would absolutely want experienced captains. We would need a decent caravan master, and there's no danger on this route. So that's absolutely great. Okay. We could go for reflection, but we're going for zealotry, I think. Fantastic. We're missing some gold to get this started. Okay. That's going to be just 2 month ticks worth. So we'll wait on that. No problem. This ransom is acceptable. We'll put that towards our pilgrimage. Next month tick, we can get started on this. So right about now. And off we go on our pilgrimage to Jerusalem. This is going to get us a bunch of piety, of course, and we are going to use that piety. I would like to eventually attack the HRE, but apparently we're in debt right now. Okay, that's exciting. We'll come out of that debt very quickly. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to finish up cleaning up this little border region here. We'll have to wait out truces on that, so that's not a big deal. We're also probably going to look at taking out Brittany and maybe finishing off France and starting working on the HRE. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.